Life is a series of choices. You have the ability to transform your life through the decisions you make. Your life right now is the sum total of all the choices you have made up to this point. Where you live, what you do for a living, the people you surround yourself with, all of these are the result of choices you have made. And if you are not satisfied with where you are, guess what? You have the power to change it. Making smarter choices is not about being perfect. It's not about never making mistakes. It's about learning, growing, and constantly striving to be better. It's about understanding that every choice you make is an opportunity to move closer to your goals, to become the person you want to be. So how do we make smarter choices? It starts with awareness. You need to be conscious of the decisions you are making. So many of us go through life on autopilot, making choices without really thinking about them. But when you start to pay attention, when you start to question why you are doing what you are doing, that's when real change begins. Next, you need to understand your values. What's truly important to you? What are your goals? What kind of person do you want to be? When you are clear about your values, making choices becomes easier. You can ask yourself, does this align with what I believe in? Does this move me closer to my goals? But it's not just about knowing what you want. It's also about having the courage to pursue it. Making smarter choices often means stepping out of your comfort zone. It means being willing to take risks, to try new things, to face your fears. The biggest regrets in life often come not from the risks we took, but from the ones we didn't. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but I've made so many bad choices in the past. How can I start making better ones now? Let me tell you something. Your past does not define your future. Every new day is a chance to make better choices. Every moment is an opportunity to change the direction of your life. A ship at sea, if it changes its course by just 1 degree, over time, it will end up in a completely different place. Your life is the same way. Small changes, consistent choices in the right direction can lead to massive transformations over time. You have to start now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel more ready. Now, because the truth is, you will never feel completely ready. Growth happens outside of your comfort zone. So make the choice right now to start making smarter choices. One of the most important aspects of making smarter choices is learning to listen to your intuition. You know, that little voice inside you that often knows what's right. Even when your logical mind is still trying to figure things out. So many of us have been taught to ignore that voice, to rely solely on logic and reason. But your intuition is a powerful tool. It's the accumulation of all your life experiences, all your knowledge working at a subconscious level. Learn to trust it. Of course. That does not mean you should ignore logic and reason. Making smarter choices is about finding the balance between your head and your heart. It's about gathering information, considering the consequences, and then making a decision that feels right on a deep level. Another crucial aspect of making smarter choices is taking responsibility for your decisions. It's easy to blame others when things go wrong. It's easy to say, I had no choice. But the truth is, you always have a choice, even in the most difficult circumstances. You have the power to choose how you respond. When you take full responsibility for your choices, you take full control of your life. Fear is one of the biggest obstacles to making smarter choices. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of what others might think. Fear. It's often based on illusions. Most of the things we fear never actually happen. And even when they do, we are usually much more capable of handling them than we think. So instead of letting fear paralyze you, use it as a compass. If something scares you, it might just be pointing you in the direction you need to go. The choices that scare us are often the ones that lead to the most growth. Remember, every great achievement in history started with a choice. Someone chose to believe in themselves. Someone chose to persevere in the face of obstacles. Someone chose to do what others said couldn't be done. You have that same power within you. You can choose to be great. But greatness does not come from one big choice. It comes from a series of small choices made consistently over time. It's choosing to wake up early to work on your goals, even when you are tired. It's choosing to be kind, even when others aren't. It's choosing to keep going, even when you feel like giving up. Making smarter choices also means being willing to learn from your mistakes. Because let's face it, you will make mistakes. We all do. But the difference between those who succeed and those who do not is how they respond to those mistakes. Do you beat yourself up? Do you give up? Or do you choose to see each mistake as a lesson, as an opportunity to grow and do better next time? Life is not about avoiding mistakes. It's about learning from them. It's about having the courage to keep making choices. Even when you are not sure if they are the right ones, there are no wrong choices. Only choices that lead to different outcomes. And every outcome is an opportunity to learn and grow. Your mindset shapes your reality. If you believe you can make smarter choices, you will. If you believe you are capable of great things, you will act in ways that make those things happen. So choose to cultivate a growth mindset. Choose to believe in your ability to learn, to improve, to overcome challenges. But a growth mindset is not just about believing in yourself. It's also about being open to new ideas, new perspectives. It's about being willing to question your assumptions, to challenge your beliefs. Because sometimes making smarter choices means letting go of old ways of thinking that no longer serve you. Another crucial aspect of making smarter choices is surrounding yourself with the right people. The people you spend time with have a huge impact on your choices. They influence your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions. So choose to surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you to be better, who support your growth. And speaking of support, do not be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Making smarter choices does not mean you have to do everything alone. Sometimes the smartest choice is to reach out to others, to seek advice, to learn from those who have gone before you. Making smarter choices does not always lead to immediate results. Sometimes the wisest choices are the ones that take the longest to bear fruit. But in a world of instant gratification, it's easy to get discouraged when we do not see immediate results. That's why it's crucial to have a long-term perspective. To understand that every smart choice you make is like planting a seed. It might not sprout right away, but if you keep nurturing it, if you keep making good choices consistently, eventually it will grow into something beautiful. This is where discipline comes in. Discipline is what keeps you making smart choices even when you do not feel like it. It's what gets you out of bed in the morning to work on your goals. It's what helps you stick to your values even when it's difficult. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. It's not about being harsh with yourself. It's not about punishment. True discipline comes from self-love. It's about caring enough about yourself and your future to do what needs to be done, even when it's not easy. Another key to making smarter choices is learning to manage your emotions. Our emotions can be powerful drivers of our decisions, both for good and for bad. When we are angry, we might make choices we later regret. When we are afraid, we might choose to play it safe instead of taking necessary risks. But emotions aren't inherently bad. They are a crucial part of who we are. The key is learning to feel our emotions without being controlled by them. It's about developing emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, and to recognize and influence the emotions of others. When you develop emotional intelligence, you can make choices from a place of clarity and wisdom, rather than reacting impulsively to your feelings. You can use your emotions as valuable information rather than letting them drive your decisions. To make truly smart choices, you need to have a clear vision of what you want to achieve. Without a vision, you are like a ship without a destination. You might be moving, but you are not really going anywhere. So take the time to clarify your vision. What do you want your life to look like in 5 years? In 10 years, what kind of person do you want to be? What do you want to achieve? When you have a clear vision, it becomes much easier to make choices that align with that vision. But having a vision is not enough. You also need to break that vision down into actionable goals. Big dreams can feel overwhelming. But when you break them down into smaller, manageable steps, suddenly they become achievable. And each small goal you achieve, each smart choice you make, brings you one step closer to your vision. The fear of missing out, or FOMO. In today's hyper-connected world, it's easy to constantly compare ourselves to others, to feel like we are missing out if we are not doing what everyone else is doing. But here's the truth: what's right for someone else might not be right for you. Making smarter choices often means saying no to good things so you can say yes to great things. It means being willing to miss out on some opportunities so you can focus on the ones that truly matter to you. It's about quality, not quantity. It's about depth, not breadth. Another crucial aspect of making smarter choices is learning to trust the process. Often when we make a choice, we want to see immediate results. But real lasting change takes time. It's like planting a tree. You do not plant a seed and expect to see a fully grown tree the next day. It takes time, it takes nurturing, it takes patience. So trust the process. Trust that if you keep making smart choices consistently, if you keep working towards your goals, if you keep aligning your actions with your values, you will see results. It might not happen overnight, but it will happen. Gratitude might not seem directly related to making smarter choices, but it is. When you are grateful, when you appreciate what you have, you are in a better mental and emotional state to make wise decisions. Gratitude helps you see the abundance in your life, rather than focusing on what you lack. It helps you make choices from a place of fullness rather than scarcity. So practice gratitude daily. Take time each day to appreciate the good things in your life, no matter how small. Appreciate the choices you have made that have brought you to where you are. And be grateful for the ability to make new choices to shape your future. When you are tired, stressed, or burnt out, you are much more likely to make poor decisions. You are more likely to choose short-term gratification over long-term benefits. So take care of yourself. Prioritize your physical and mental health. Get enough sleep, eat well, exercise regularly, and take time to relax and recharge. Self-care is not selfish. It's necessary. It's what allows you to show up fully in your life, to make choices from a place of strength and clarity rather than exhaustion and overwhelm. Another key to making smarter choices is continuous learning. The world is constantly changing, and to make smart choices, you need to keep up. You need to be constantly learning, constantly growing. Read books, take courses, seek out new experiences. The more you learn, the more tools you have at your disposal to make wise decisions. But learning is not just about acquiring new information. It's also about being willing to unlearn, to let go of old beliefs and habits that no longer serve you. Sometimes making a smarter choice means admitting that what you have been doing is not working and being willing to try a new approach. Now, let's address the role of failure in making smarter choices. Many of us are so afraid of failure that we avoid making choices altogether. But here's the truth: failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every successful person has failed many times. The difference is they chose to learn from their failures rather than being defeated by them. So do not be afraid of failure. See it as feedback. When you start making smarter choices, when you start moving in the right direction, you create momentum. Each good choice makes the next one easier. It's like working out the first few times might be hard, but as you keep at it, it gets easier and you get stronger. So start small. Make one smarter choice today, then another tomorrow. Before you know it, you will have created a positive momentum in your life, a momentum that will carry you towards your goals. Remember, you have the power to make smarter choices. You have the ability to shape your life, to create your future. But that power is only realized when you use it. Making smarter choices is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about consistently choosing actions that align with your long-term goals and values. Think of your life as a garden. Every choice you make is like planting a seed. Some seeds might grow quickly, while others take time to flourish. But with patience and care, your garden of smart choices will bloom into a beautiful life. Remember, the smartest choice is not always the easiest one. Sometimes it's the path of most resistance that leads to the greatest rewards. When faced with a difficult decision, ask yourself, what would my best self do? This simple question can guide you towards choices that push you to grow, to overcome challenges, and to become the person you aspire to be. In the journey of making smarter choices, self-awareness is your compass. Take time to reflect on your decisions. What motivates them? What fears or limiting beliefs might be holding you back? The more you understand yourself, the better equipped you will be to make choices that truly serve you. Consider the ripple effect of your choices. Every decision you make does not just affect you, it impacts those around you. When you choose to act with kindness, integrity, and wisdom, you create positive waves that extend far beyond your immediate circle. Your smart choices have the power to inspire and uplift others, creating a ripple effect of positive change in the world. In this age of information overload, one of the smartest choices you can make is to be selective about the influences in your life. Choose carefully what you read, watch, and listen to. Surround yourself with content and people that challenge you to think critically, to grow, and to become your best self. Your mind is like a garden tended carefully by planting seeds of wisdom and positivity. Making smarter choices also means being adaptable. The world is constantly changing, and what was a smart choice yesterday might not be the best option today. Stay flexible in your thinking. Be willing to reassess your decisions and change course when necessary. Adaptability is not a sign of weakness, it's a mark of intelligence and strength. Remember that small decisions add up. It's easy to overlook the importance of everyday choices, but these are the building blocks of your life. Choosing to wake up a little earlier, to read for 30 minutes a day, to make healthier food choices, these seemingly small decisions compound over time, leading to significant positive changes in your life. Cultivate the habit of thinking long term. In a world that often prioritizes instant gratification, choosing to focus on long-term benefits is a revolutionary act. When faced with a decision, consider not just how it will affect you today, but how it will impact your life in a year, 5 years, or even a decade from now. This perspective will naturally guide you towards smarter choices. Do not underestimate the power of saying no. Making smarter choices is not just about what you choose to do. It's also about what you choose not to do. Every time you say no to something that does not align with your goals or values, you are saying yes to your priorities and to your future self. Remember, you can't do everything, but you can do the things that matter most. In your quest to make smarter choices, be wary of the trap of comparison. Your journey is unique, and what's right for someone else may not be right for you. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Are you making choices that are moving you forward? Are you growing, learning, and becoming a better version of yourself? These are the questions that truly matter. Embrace the power of incremental improvement. You do not need to make radical changes overnight to transform your life. Focus on making choices that are just 1% better than before. These small improvements, compounded over time, lead to remarkable results. It's not about making one perfect choice. It's about consistently making choices that are slightly better than before. As you navigate the complex web of decisions in your life, trust your inner wisdom. You have an innate sense of what's right for you sometimes. Making a smarter choice means quieting the external noise and listening to your own inner voice. This does not mean ignoring advice or information from others, but rather filtering it through your own wisdom and experience. Remember that making smarter choices is not a destination, it's a lifelong journey. There will be times when you make mistakes, when you choose poorly. Do not let these moments discourage you. Instead, view them as valuable learning opportunities. Every wrong choice is a chance to gain insight, to refine your decision-making process, and to make even smarter choices in the future. It's a crucial ally. When you treat yourself with kindness and understanding, you create a safe space for learning and improvement. This does not mean excusing poor choices, but rather approaching them with a mindset of growth and learning rather than harsh self-criticism. Consider the role of intuition in making smarter choices. While it's important to gather information and think logically, do not discount the power of your gut feeling. Your intuition is the accumulation of all your life experiences and knowledge. Operating at a subconscious level, learn to recognize and trust this inner guidance system. Sometimes the smartest choice is the one that feels right on a deep intuitive level. As you work on making smarter choices, remember that true wisdom often lies in simplicity. In a world that often glorifies complexity, there's power in stripping things down to their essence. When faced with a decision, try to identify the core issue or value at stake. This clarity can guide you towards choices that are not just smart, but deeply aligned with what truly matters to you. Cultivate a mindset of abundance when making choices. Often we make poor decisions out of a fear of scarcity, the belief that there's not enough time, money, or opportunities. But when you approach life with an abundance mindset, you open yourself up to new possibilities. You make choices from a place of opportunity rather than limitation. This shift in perspective can lead to smarter, more creative decisions. Do not forget the importance of rest and reflection. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of constant doing. But some of the smartest choices come from moments of stillness. Make time for regular reflection. Step back from the noise of daily life and give yourself space to think deeply about your choices and their consequences. Remember that making smarter choices is not just about achieving personal success. It's about becoming a person who contributes positively to the world. Consider how your choices impact your community and the broader world. Choosing to act with integrity, to be kind, to stand up for what's right, these are some of the smartest choices you can make. They not only enrich your life, but also make the world a better place. As you continue on this path of making smarter choices, be patient with yourself. Real, lasting change takes time. It's like turning a large ship. It does not happen instantly, but with consistent effort, you can change your course. In the grand tapestry of your life, each choice you make is a thread. Some threads might be brighter, some might be darker, but all of them contribute to the overall picture. By consistently choosing to make smarter decisions, you are weaving a beautiful, meaningful life story. A story of growth, of resilience, of wisdom gained through experience. As you face the myriad of choices that each day brings, remember that you have within you the power to choose wisely. You have the ability to learn from your experiences, to grow from your mistakes, to become wiser with each decision you make. Trust in this innate capacity for growth and wisdom. Your choices are the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Every time you make a smart choice, you are laying down another plank in that bridge, bringing you one step closer to the life you envision. So build that bridge with intention, with courage, with wisdom. Make choices that your future self will thank you for. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your choices. By choosing to prioritize what truly matters, by aligning your actions with your values, by consistently opting for growth over comfort. You are not just making smarter choices, you are crafting a life of purpose, fulfillment, and deep satisfaction. You will make smarter choices. Not because it's easy, but because you understand the power those choices hold. You will make smarter choices because you recognize that in doing so, you are investing in your future, in your growth, in becoming the best version of yourself. Your journey of making smarter choices starts now with the very next decision you face. Approach it with mindfulness, with intention, with the knowledge that this choice, like every choice you make, is an opportunity to move closer to your goals, to align more closely with your values, to become more fully the person you are meant to be. Remember, you are the architect of your life. Every smart choice you make is another brick in the foundation of your dreams. So build wisely, build with purpose. Build with the confidence that comes from knowing you have the power to shape your destiny through your choices. The path of making smarter choices is not always easy, but it's always worth it. It's a path that leads to growth, to fulfillment, to a life lived with intention and purpose. It's a path that you are more than capable of walking. So take that first step. Make that next choice with wisdom and intention. And then the next and the next. With each smart choice, you are not just changing your life, you are changing the world around you. You are becoming a beacon of wisdom, an example of what's possible when we choose to live with intention and purpose. You will make smarter choices. And in doing so, you will create a life that inspires, a life that matters, a life that you can look back on with pride and satisfaction because you chose wisely, because you chose to grow, to learn, to become the best version of yourself. The choice is yours. And I know you will choose wisely because you are capable of greatness. You are capable of wisdom. You are capable of making choices that will not only transform your life, but will inspire others to do the same. So go forth and make those smart choices. Your future self is counting on you. The world is waiting for the positive impact that your wise decisions will create. You have the power, you have the wisdom, and you have the strength to make choices that will shape a beautiful, meaningful life. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Your journey to a life of smarter choices begins with the very next decision you make. So make it count. Make it matter. Make it a choice that moves you forward, that aligns with your values, that brings you closer to your dreams. You have the power. You have the wisdom. You have everything you need within you to make smarter choices. Trust in yourself. Believe in your ability to choose wisely. And watch as those smart choices transform your life in ways you never thought possible.